Hey there, movie fans. This time we're going to take a look at this magnificent book, Too Much Horror Business, the Kirk Hammett collection. Now, if you're familiar with Metallica, you know who Kirk Hammett is. For those who are not familiar with Metallica, Kirk Hammett is the lead guitar player of the band. And this book is about his horror collection. And I can tell you, the amount of stuff that he has is just incredible. He has an amazing collection of rare items and expensive items as well. But this is a wonderful book. This is pretty much embossed, and you have some skulls here, as you can see. And the first thing we see here is beautiful artwork of Jill Man, aka the creature from the Black Lagoon. And here is Kirk Hammett himself. Let me show you quickly what the pages looks like. Here's a table of contents, introductions. Part 1, movie posters and props, toys, mask, artworks. I mean, he has, lots of fantastic stuff. There's Bela Lugosi over there. And here he is with, again with Lugosi, and this is Boris Karloff. Of course, they're not the real ones, but these are statues that he made, or he actually, let it made by this company. But they look incredible, by the way. Here's a prop from the day of the Triffids. I don't think this is a prop though. It doesn't really say it here. I guess this was used in the movie, or this is just a statue. This is from the Ray Harryhausen movie. It's right over here, The Golden Voyage of Sinbad. And these are other films that he likes to collect as well, blaxploitation movies and kung fu movies, Bruce Lee stuff and all that. So this is part 1. This is about movie posters and props from the 1920s. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. I still have to see this one. I've always wanted to check this one out. And this one as well. Never seen this one before. This is the Golem. These are two German expressionism classic films. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This is the silent version with John Barrymore. Great film, this one. Nosferatu. I love that one. These are all original posters and stills that Kirk Hammett owns. And they are very, very rare nowadays. Lon Chaney. I absolutely love Lon Chaney. I mean, what he had to go through to make his characters believable and convincing, you have to have respect for that. I mean, in my opinion, he is the best actor from the silent cinema, And he died way too early, by the way. Metropolis. And this is very, very rare. This is the Argentine one sheet. It says here, I can't really tell you much about this film because it is lost. If you find it, contact me immediately. Yeah, this movie is one of those lost treasures, and fingers crossed that during my lifetime, one might find a copy of this film, because I really want to see it. It would be the discovery of the century if they managed to find a copy of this lost classic. London After Midnight, by the way, that's the name of this film. That is the 1930s, which is merely Dracula stuff. The 1930s, that was when the Universal classic films became very popular. Dracula, Frankenstein, as you can see here. Here is Kirk Hammett with his Frankenstein guitar, with the same image as this one. I'm sorry if I go through these pages too quickly. I don't want this video to be long. Here's his Mummy guitar, by the way, which looks absolutely badass. And I believe there's a story how he got this poster. I'm not going to tell you what the story is, but there was this guy who had it and he didn't want to sell it, but Kirk Hammett actually managed to get it, but he wouldn't say how much he bought for it. But I'm pretty sure you had to pay a lot of money for that. It's the original poster, and it looks as pristine as this one. The Old Dark House, that's a great one. And this is the Bela Lugosi statue, which you've seen before. This is from White Zombie. King Kong posters. One of my all-time favorite films, by the way, the original King Kong. And here's the Boris Karloff statue. This is from The Black Cat. Like I said, these are all posters and stills that he owned. This is stuff from the 1940s. The Mummy's Hand, the Mummy's Tomb, the Wolfman, the Ghost of Frankenstein. You had all these crossovers, horror films in the 1940s. Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. You also have Dracula meets Frankenstein and all this stuff, or House of Dracula, where you have all these. Oh, here it is. House of Frankenstein. That's it. Where you have all these, monsters coming together. You can see them right here. I believe there was also a movie called House of Dracula. Oh, here it is. See, this also has all these monsters coming together. And this is a prop, one of the masks from Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein. That's it. This is pretty much my favorite Abbott and Costello movie. They've made a lot of films together, but this is really my favorite one. The 1950s, which was really a great decade for science fiction. You have all these classic films today: The Earth Stood Still, The War of the Worlds, The Thing from Another World. I wanted to say Another Planet. Invaders from Mars. Creature from the Black Lagoon. There's a mask that he owns as well. This Island Earth, that's a great one. The Black Scorpion. Never actually seen this one. I think, I'm not really sure, but I think Ray Harryhausen did the effects on this though, but I could be wrong about that. He did the effects of this one though. This is the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. This is the Italian sheet. This is a Alien from Invasion of the Saucer Man. I've seen this a long time ago. This was very fun. You know, very cheesy nowadays, but very, very fun. Very enjoyable. You know, I always loved these kind of science fiction movies from the 1950s. I mean, it's incredible what Kirk Hammett owns. I mean, the amount of stuff. He truly have a magnificent collection here. This is from the 1960s. Posters and stuff that he owns. Carnival of Souls, which is an underrated little horror film. This is the Fantastic Voyage. That's it. This was recently released on Blu-ray. I really want to get that one. Night of the Living Dead, 2001. From 1970s and beyond. Look at that. Here's Kirk Hammett as Jeffrey Combs in Reanimator. This is an original prop from Reanimator that Kirk Hammett owns. And he also owns this one. This is one of those zombies from Day of the Dead, which you can see here. Zardos. A long time I've seen that one before. The Wicker Man, great film. Soylent Green. Jaws. These are all great films. There's a prop from Jason Goes to Hell. Also that little creature over there. You might recognize this guy, or at least the mask of this guy. And there's Hammett as a vampire. Conversation with Kirk Hammett. And here he is. This was taken in 1987. He was very young back then, and he is surrounded by, he was collecting these stuff when he was very young. And the next page, you can see him. This is him today, still surrounding by his stuff. There's Roddy the Robot over there from Forbidden Planet. Man, you got some cool stuff right there. This is from his home. That's the mummy poster that I was talking about. A very rare item. I mean, all the posters that he have are very rare. And also a mask that he owns as well. Look at behind that. Here he is with his two sons. This is about toys that he owns from the 1960s. And here he is with Forrest J. Ackerman, who's the founder of Famous Monsters of Filmland. He still has these original packaging, which makes them even more rare. And these Frankenstein and Dracula stuff. From the old days, from the 60s and the 50s and all that. These are still very rare, very collectible. There's some action figures of Joe Man. I'm actually skipping a few pages. Like I said before, I don't want this to be too long. I don't want to bore you guys to death with this. So, if you want to see more, you have to grab this book yourself. I mean, it really is an incredible book, and it isn't expensive at all. I think I got this for what was it, 15, 20 euros, something like that. And it's absolutely worth it. These are different masks, by the way, that he owns. Some of the artwork. Music and Monsters. Here he is with the Bride of Frankenstein guitar. And here he is with the Mummy guitar. And here you can see the the guitars that he owns: the Mummy, Dracula, Frankenstein, the Bride of Frankenstein. This is kind of like a Yuji board guitar. There's another version of that. The black version and the white version. Here he is with Johnny Ramone, who is also a horror collector. He's not with us anymore, unfortunately. Artwork. These are paintings and drawings that he owns, also from various kinds of classic films. These are artworks. I believe these are original artworks from the, Famous Monsters magazine. So you can see here. You can't compare them over here. Joe Man, which is over there. The Mummy, which is this one. Wolfman and Phantom of the Opera. I believe this is Phantom of the Opera. I could be wrong though. I believe it is. I believe this is the Lon Chaney Phantom of the Opera. There's Lon Chaney from London After Midnight. I mean, this artwork looks absolutely beautiful. And some various toys that he has. This is the King Kong Tronister. King Kong in his Kong mobile. I believe that's how you can call it. Oh, but that's Frank Frazetta. He's an artist. He made all these paintings. You might know him from the Conan the Barbarian paintings that he made. And these are some of his work. There's a beautiful painting of Bela Lugosi. And here he is again with Forrest J. Ackerman. And that was it. Oh, the last shot of the Wolfman there. That was it. I mean, incredible book and a magnificent collection that Kirk Hammett owns. I mean, this book is definitely worth getting. Absolutely fantastic book. And if you want to see more kind of like a behind the scene footage of the making of this book, I will leave a link below to a video where you can see those behind the scene stuff and all that. But yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video about this wonderful book, Too Much Horror Business. And well, I'll see you next time. Bye.